Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel for this time a Townie Makeover, and not just any Townie Makeover. We're going to look at two OGs from the Sims series. So as the thumbnail says, as the title says, we are here with John Burb and Jennifer Pleasant, and I just want to tell you how OG these Sims are. Now the Burb family is first found, they make their appearance in The Sims Unleashed, and they are from Old Town, while the Pleasant family can be found in Neighborhood 1 in the Sims bin. So what I like to do for these Townie Makeovers is I first like to show them a little bit of love, make them over without touching any of their facial features, and then for the second part I go on and I do an extreme makeover. Now before I get into a little bit of John Burb, I'm going through his hair at the moment, but look at his eyes. He looks shocked, he looks scared, and he kind of looks like a Muppet, and I just had him in cast and I was a little bit terrified. Just looking at him. Just look at his eyes. They're just staring at me into my soul. But the reason that I wanted to make over John Burb and Jennifer Pleasant is that I actually didn't know that they were in The Sims 3. And the only reason that I thought to look it up is because of Pleasant Sims' Pleasantview series that she's doing in Sims 3. And she's obviously got the Burbs in there. And yeah, I wanted to look them up and see if they've made an appearance in Sims 3, and they actually do. You can find John Burb and Jennifer Pleasant in Dragon Valley, and we're just working on the first made over John's outfit right here. So we're almost to the spinny bit, so I'm gonna let you guys watch the spinny bits, love you and leave you with some music, and I'll pick up back with you when we get to John's extreme makeover. So let's talk about John Burb, one of the OG Sims from The Sims 1. Like I said, he and his family make an appearance in The Sims Unleashed, and they live at 63 Gunther Goth Highway. And he lives with his parents, Tiffany and Brad, and also their family dog, Tucker, in The Sims 1. And then in The Sims 2, he's obviously married to Jennifer Pleasant, and they've got a child called Lucy. And his parents are already deceased in The Sims 2. Now if we move on to The Sims 3, which is where we're at, which is where we've pulled him from Dragon Valley to show him some plum love, John is now a young adult, and his family biography with Jennifer says Jennifer and John tried to sail around the world as one last hurrah before their wedding day and somehow ended up here. The adventure for this couple is just beginning, but will they be able to find a way back home before their big day? So this is your chance to take whichever version of John that you want with whichever version of Jennifer that you want, and maybe live out their lives. Maybe they do get married, and maybe they do have Lucy, or maybe they don't. Maybe they continue living in Dragon Valley. Maybe they want to sail around the world some more. The world is your oyster, and you can do what you want with them. So in Dragon Valley, John is now a young adult, and like I said, he's engaged to Jennifer Pleasant. His traits are natural cook, vegetarian, genius, charismatic, green thumb. His zodiac sign is a Sagittarius. His lifetime wish is to become a creature robot crossbreeder, and his favorites are indie music, hamburger, and the color Irish green. And now I found it very strange that him as a vegetarian, his favorite food was a hamburger. So for the extreme version of John, I actually went in and changed his favorite food to a veggie burger, which was very weird in itself because there was no option for a hamburger. So I don't know how they came to this conclusion of him liking hamburgers, but I changed it for y'all. Now the thing that I find very strange is that I think Dragon Valley and maybe the other Sims 3 store worlds are off the timeline. Like, they do not make sense with how things are meant to be. So we all know that Sims 3 is meant to be a prequel to Sims 2. And if you look at some of the store worlds, like Riverview, for example, I made over Dawn when I made over his house, and technically he should be the same age or thereabouts as Bella Goth. And we all know that Bella is in Sunset Valley with her family, so she's Bella Bachelor and she's a child, so that didn't make sense. So for me, at the very most, I guess you would say, I would think that Jennifer and John would be teenagers at the oldest, but really, if you're following the timeline, I feel like they should be children as well. So it just didn't make any sense to me whatsoever, but maybe they shouldn't be children, because I'm trying to think of where Sims 1 comes into play. I think it goes Sims 1, Sims 3, and then Sims 2. So yeah, maybe teenagers is what they should be. So that didn't make sense, but we're giving him an extreme makeover right now. We are showing him some Plum Love, and he looks so much better. He doesn't have those starey Muppet eyes, just like boring holes into my soul. Like, he just looked so upset and like so shocked and surprised when I was just giving him a normal makeover and not touching any of his facial features. Now, I had so much trouble with a beard. I didn't know if he should be baby-faced, or if he should have some peach fuzz, or if he should have some stubble. So I went with the stubble. I need to go and look at some more beards, because I like the ones that I've got, but I think I just need a little bit more. And then of course, I'm going through with all of the hairs that I have. Most of the hairs that I have in my game for males is from Plum Blob's retexture catalog. Go and download that retexture catalog. It can be found on Tumblr, and it has got probably almost every hair that I've got in my game and loads more that I don't have in my game. So that's a really good resource and a really good place to start if you're looking for some new hairs. I think somebody asked me in another video where I get my male hairs, and most of them are from Plum Blob's retexture catalog. So we've made it to John's clothes. I don't do all of his clothes on camera as per usual, but we're coming up to the spinny bits as well. The top that I'm using here, I do change it because I didn't really like it, and I change it to another store top. So I'll have that linked down below, which store top that I use for John. I definitely need more male clothes. However, saying that, I think EA did really well with the male clothes that they did bring in packs and in the store. So definitely go and check out what they've got in game, but also in store, because there are a lot of really, really good things. But we're almost to the spinny bit, so I'm gonna leave you with some music, and I will pick up with you when we get to Jennifer Pleasant. Alright, another OG sim from an OG family. Jennifer Pleasant obviously hails from the Pleasant family, and they first made their appearance in the Sims franchise in the Sims 1, and they can be found in the family bin in Neighborhood 1. Now, the Pleasant family in Sims 1 consists of Jeff and Diane Pleasant, Daniel Pleasant, who is Jennifer's older brother, and obviously Jennifer herself. And so if you move on to the Sims 2, which is where all the drama happens with the Pleasant family, they live at 215 Sim Lane, and they have a net worth of 104,000 simoleons. Now, in The Sims 2, the family is portrayed as the stereotypical perfect upper middle class family, and they are Pleasantview's second richest family at the game's start. But oh my goodness, the drama surrounding the Pleasant family. Like, I feel like John Burb had like a really nice upbringing. Like, there was no drama in his family really. But when you get to the Pleasants, when you get to Daniel Pleasant and Mary Sue Pleasant, you throw in Cullin Langerak, holy shamoly, do things get crazy. But anyway, let's talk a little bit about Jennifer Pleasant. Like I said, she starts in The Sims 1 with her family. She is the younger sister of Daniel Pleasant, drama maker there. In The Sims 1, Jennifer is portrayed as very much a tomboy. She wants to be a soccer superstar, and they made her very tomboyish. Now, in The Sims 2, she's far more feminine, and so she's dropped the dreams of becoming a soccer superstar, and she's taken a great interest in fashion and clothing design. And this is also where she has Lucy in The Sims 2. Now, the thing that I like the most about Sims 3 Jennifer is that they've kind of taken her back to her Sims 1 days. She wants to become a superstar athlete, and in The Sims 1 she was all about soccer. So I like how they've brought that kind of full circle. And what I wanted to do when I was making her over is kind of throw in a touch of Sims 2 Jennifer as well. But we're almost to the spinny bit, so I will pick up with you guys after that. So this is going to be the extreme makeover version of Jennifer, where I go through and I play with the sliders a little bit. I didn't go too crazy with the sliders because I still wanted her to be recognizable as Jennifer Pleasant, but there was definitely some things that I wanted to fix. Like, you just saw me widen her head a little bit, and I'm gonna pull her ears out a little bit more because her ears were just almost pinned to her head. Now, like I said before, I wanted to bring a touch of Sims 2 Jennifer Pleasant into this Sims 3 version. So what I did, when we get to the outfits, you'll see I put her in a brown skirt, which kind of is a nod to Sims 2 Jennifer, and I paired it with a yellow top, which again, her favorite color in the Sims 3 is yellow. And so her traits are vegetarian, athletic, artistic, ambitious, friendly. Her zodiac sign is a Gemini. Her lifetime wish, like I said, is to become a superstar athlete. And her favorites are indie sushi and, of course, the color yellow. So you're going to see that represented throughout most of her outfits. Now, I want to know, did you guys even know that the Burbs, or John and Jennifer, were in Sims 3? Because like I said in the beginning of this video, I had not a clue. But if you did know that they were here, and if you have been playing with them, how do you play with them? Do they continue on their adventure around the world? Do they settle down somewhere and eventually have Lucy? Does Jennifer Pleasant get into the stylist career? I want to know what you guys do with your versions of Jennifer and John, because it would be really, really interesting. And the thing about Jennifer and John is that they're not involved in drama. Like, they're such an iconic family, an iconic duo, and when Lucy comes along, an iconic family unit. But I feel like you don't hear a lot about them. I feel like the drama, like from The Sims 2 with Daniel Pleasant and the Goth family and Don Lothario and the Calientes, overshadow what icons Jennifer and John are. So it would be really interesting to know how you guys play with this Sims 3 version, because I feel like these Sims are kind of put on the back burner. Like, everybody knows about them, but I feel like people forget about them. And I feel like they would just be a lot of fun to play with, and I may have to like spend a day in the life of Jennifer and John and see how I would play with them, because I actually don't remember ever playing with them in The Sims 2. I probably visited them, but I just didn't do anything with them because, you know, all the drama was happening with Daniel Pleasant and Kaylin Langerek, and the fact that Mary Sue was like this cold career woman, and so Daniel had to go get his kicks elsewhere, and then he had these two really grumpy teenage twin daughters, not both of them obviously. You had Lilith and Angela, and they were completely opposite, but I feel like Daniel had a lot going on in his family, and Jennifer and John were just over there being like non-confrontational and just living their best life. So it would be really interesting to play that out and have a little bit of fun with them. So I may have to do that, but I'm just going through and putting makeup on this newly made over Jennifer Pleasant, and even though I'm putting on quite a bit of makeup, I wanted her to be really natural, because I feel like with her wanting to become a superstar athlete, she wouldn't go for being really done up, really made up. Like, she's not a caliente. She's just quite natural. She's low key, but again, quite feminine. Now, one of the things that I had the most trouble with, obviously, is the hair. And I had a lot of trouble with Jennifer in general, to the point where I think I made her over 2 or 3 times. And I actually exited the game to go and download more hairs, because I wanted to find a short hairstyle that was very similar to what she had in the Sims 2, but I couldn't find anything that I liked. And the hair that I just used and changed her hair color to a darker black, I really wish I would have used that, because I love that hair, but I didn't actually end up using any of the hairs that I downloaded. Surprise, surprise there. So she's got a longer hairstyle in both this version and the version before, and we'll just say maybe she got some extensions or something, or maybe she grew out her hair, I don't know, but I think it works because it is a little bit wavy, and again, I think it plays to her feminine side that I wanted to tie in from the Sims 2 days. But I love this hair. Look at this hair. That hair is gorgeous. But I think it's time for me to love you and leave you guys with some music. I really hope you enjoyed this video about the unproblematic John and Jennifer Burb and Pleasant. All of their links will be down below in the description. Both versions of them will be available for you to download, as well as a CC list. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure to do all those cool interweb things, like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you've got that bell ding dong so you can be notified whenever I do upload. But for now, I'm gonna skedaddle. Don't be a plum stranger now, guys. Bye!